Top-down influences on object recognition. Recognition is not only influenced by the individual characteristics of the stimulus, but also by one's knowledge and expectations. This sort of influence, relying on your knowledge and context, is sometimes called concept-driven, and such processes are said to be top-down processing.
Here are some examples of top-down processing. Knowing the topic of someone's conversation leads to a different interpretation of the conversation. In an experiment, participants were told they were going to hear an interview with a suspect in a criminal case. In other words, they were primed, and this difference in context made a big difference on what the participants heard. The sentence, "I got scared when I saw what it done to him," was often remembered. However, the actual sentence was, "I got scared when I saw what I done to him." Now let's say participants are shown a single letter and a word containing that letter. Which one do you think the participants will perceive faster? As it turns out, letters are better recognized if they're shown in a word. This advantage for perceiving letters with context is called the word superiority effect. Now let's take a look at a more applicable example. Let's say you wake up from a bad dream and want to get a glass of water in the kitchen. However, you don't want to wake your parents up, so you can't turn on any lights. To find your way to the kitchen, you use your hands to feel what's around you. Because you're in your house, you can quickly identify which wall is which and how to avoid certain obstacles, such as chairs. This is an example of top-down processing. You don't rely solely on the stimuli around you, but also on the knowledge of your surroundings.
The main cognitive advantage of a top-down processing system is increased speed and efficiency in many tasks, as your brain can extrapolate data from previous knowledge. This allows for many cognitive functions to be done effortlessly, without having to fully process every piece of data within the environment. This is especially useful for tasks such as speed reading, where you only have to read one word out of every few words to fully understand the text. Another advantage is that in a sense, a top-down processing system acts as a real-life autocorrect, allowing for changes to be made to fit the context and norms that the brain sees fit. Here we see the middle character can be interpreted as a H and simultaneously as an A due to the context surrounding it, as well as we can seamlessly read a sentence with many flaws like the one shown. The disadvantages of this process is that this can lead to errors when confronted with uncommon or unfamiliar stimuli, leading to mistakes as your brain autocorrects to what it perceives to be the correct stimuli. See, can you notice the and the spelling mistakes in these examples? This is why proofreading your own text can often be hard, as you become accustomed to the mistakes within it. Another disadvantage of a top-down processing system is that this can lead the brain to misinterpret stimulus and make it fit with a preconceived notion or narrative that it has. This is often done through priming, as well as we've seen in the suspect interview example before. In essence, your perspective of a stimulus or situation can and often does alter your reality, instead of your reality altering your perception. Thank you for your attention.